Hello, friends. I want to thank you for everything. CD news first, and then we'll get into my favorite thing, which is talking about records. So, Mr. Hall of Fame, I had no idea what to expect when you made your suggestion to do the pre-orders. I said I went ahead and said it. Next thing you know, people are ordering. Okay. As I explained, I'm not a traditional businessman. The orders came, I start to fill them. I didn't know what to expect, so I decided I'd stop at 25, thinking I'd be lucky to sell the 25. It's sold out. I've got more orders. I'm not going to do any work tonight. I'm taking tonight off. But Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame, number 1 of the second edition is yours. Number 1 of 25. And of course I'll sign it for you, but number 1 of the second edition of 25 is yours. Okay? And I'll be, Cosmos be willing that I'll be working on that tomorrow night. Again, I'm just very, very, very overwhelmed about a lot of things right now and very thankful. It looks like I may have a serious chance of putting something out on vinyl in a limited form. Someone is inquiring about financing. Now, I just want to tell you what I'd like to do, if I can make this happen. And I need to show you something. So hold on a second. If I can find the, oh man, I'm going to start over again. Where is it? Here we go. Okay. All right, that wasn't too long, so I won't start over again. So, someone has expressed interest in helping me do a limited run of vinyl, an album, a 12-inch. And I need to do some investigating because, interestingly, it's more expensive generally to do the printing than the actual pressing. But that's important because, now here's what I'd like to do. I'll take some feedback. I actually have 3 CDs out. The first one, nice, I wouldn't bother to press on vinyl unless I had a lot of money to spare because it's mostly a demo. But number 2, which I still have available, it's also available on Amazon. I released this in 2004. I'm still very proud of number 2, very proud of it. I wouldn't mind getting this on vinyl. Or I'd love to put this on vinyl, the vinyl community edition of it with the 14 tracks. I would love to see this artwork in 12-inch detail, the cover in particular. And I'm thinking if this is what ends up getting made on vinyl, I may have to retool the artwork in order so it will be sharp. You know what I'm saying? Blown up, not just a blow up of this, but a redo to make sure that it's sharp. I would love to see this in a 12-inch format, but this as well. So leave me some feedback as to which one you suggest. If I were to go for a new record, then we're going to start all over. And as far as the In Dream of being put out on vinyl, I'm just going to still let my partner Nick, who this is his baby. Of course, it's becoming more of mine all the time, actually. We're sharing it, but my influence is growing, honestly. I'm going to let him continue to take the lead on that. Okay, let's keep moving. I get home and there's a package. You know I love receiving packages. And it's a small package. Almost done with this cough. Almost done. And it's from my friend VagueRant. Dave is his name. Hey, hi Dave in Australia. Dave does not do videos. He just watches them. Dave, you bought my CD. It's on its way. I so appreciate this. He sent me some more singles from Australia. And I simply love records from other countries. I don't have to be concerned about American Union saying, buy American. Buy what the fuck I want. And I love imports. Love them. So he sent me another package. He told me he was going to send me some more singles. And he did. And to start with, he sent some plain sleeves separately. you've caught my vibe, Dave. I'm just a nut about records, and I love sleeves. Look at these. These are 45 RPM sleeves from Australia. Awesome. EMI. This is a Columbia sleeve. This is for Festival Records. It's an Australian label. Another one for Festival. And then these two are blank. Thank you so much. Now let's show you the records. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. These records mean the world to me. The first one I'm going to show, and I'm going to show the one that blew my mind, I will show last. All these are wonderful. So the first thing I'll show is he sent me a souvenir EP called Easy Fever by the Easy Beats. Now the Easy Beats were one of the first bands to take advantage of the British wave of pop when the Beatles hit. They had a minor hit called Friday on My Mind. And I believe that was how they made it happen, kind of riding the wave of interest in internationally in pop music. This is so awesome. It's on the Parlophone label. It's Australian. It's an EP, 4 songs. They're in very good shape. The records are all in really decent shape. Even the ones that are kind of scratched, I don't even care. These are just so awesome to have. Some trivia. By now, AC/DC true aficionados know that the older brother of Bond, Scott, and his brother, who are in AC/DC, George Young, was the leader of this band, the Easy Beats. That's the Scott brothers' older brother, who showed them a thing or two about getting involved in the music business. So I'll start there. He sent me I haven't played any of these yet, and I'm really looking forward to playing them. Poison Ivy by Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs. I'm assuming this is the Billy Thorpe that put out that. I thought it was god-awful. But again, you guys are getting a pretty clear picture of what I like and I don't like. And pretty much regular mainstream music I'm not interested in. But Billy Thorpe, this is probably him, right? Forget the name of the album. There was kind of a big deal about it in the Midwest when it came out. Oh, sorry. Broken Things, Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs. This is probably him. Thank you so much. Interesting bag, too. It comes in this kind of flimsy bag, and there's a little flap to put over the record. Let me get it. There it is. It's like you have to... Okay, and then there's a little flap that holds the record, and that's pretty nice. Once again, Dave, so appreciative. This one I like just because I've never seen the label before. And so I'm looking forward to it. Here, it's a band called Black Feather. The song is called Seasons of Change. I've never seen that label before. Infinity, I like that. I like that label design. And the B-side, interesting title, On This Day That I Die. That's going to be interesting. So he sent me that. He sent me another title on Spin. This is Tony Barber. That name seems familiar to me. Someday by Tony Barber, backed up with Is It Raining on the Spin label. Cool. I'm going to get some Australian education this afternoon, evening. This is by Normie Rowe, another name I don't know at all. Call on Me. I don't know if that's the A side. And the other side is Tell Him I'm Not Home. Okay, so Normie must be a girl, and ain't no booty call on this one. Once again, another Easy Beats. Loving it, man. Loving it. Falling Off the Edge of the World. God, I just really appreciate these. Hello, how are you? Is that the song? I'll find out in a minute. Matter of fact, I'll put it on right now. I've heard a song called Hello, How Are You? I forget who I've heard it by. I'm wondering if this is it. I'll know in a second. This is fun. I don't think it is, but yeah. This is a slowie. The other one I was thinking of is kind of fast. Of course, we haven't gotten to. No, it's a different song, but I'm liking this. Okay. The rest of the records that he gave me, Two more. Another one, a label I've never seen, and I love it. I love the label. MPB Limited, Wendy Don't Go. Look at that label. It's so cool. Go Records. Never seen that before. Backed with Little Boy Sad. Little Boy Glad right here. I ain't no little boy, but really made me happy, Dave. Thank you so much. I honestly would like, and this, I'm thinking of Caton W. DePena too, James, when you sent me those wonderful records. I did honor your request. I didn't take the time to make a complete graphic. I sent you the music though, and if at a later date you'd like me to send you a graphic, I will, but I just wanted to get it to you. But in the same thought, I'm thinking of you, Dave, that I would like to return, not the favor, but the kindness. This is so kind of you. This is so kind of you. And I think you people will really understand what I'm talking about when you see this last record. Dave. Wow. Thank you so much. Jimi Hendrix Experience, people. 4-song EP on Polydor International, made in Australia. I don't know how I would have ever gotten a copy of this. Look at those songs. Wind Cries Mary, Purple Haze, Hey Joe, and 51st Anniversary. Wow. 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 Yeah. Man, this is dope. And I was recently telling you how much I love the Polydor label. Look at that, Polydor International. I've never had one like that. This is just... Thank you, Dave. I ain't gonna start crying, all right? Oh, if I do, I'm gonna turn this camera off. I feel so blessed. I just feel blessed. I feel blessed. This makes up for the traditional things that I have foregone, like, you know, trying to... I know I say these things a lot. There's a reason why, folks, you know, and maybe I'm neurotic, but you'll just have to deal with it because this is Dereck. And the reason why I go around and around about it is because I seem to be such an oddball. You know, the great majority of people just do what everyone else is doing. You know, you breed, you get married, you try to have kids. It seems like people don't think ahead. It's like, well, I want kids. Well, I want to fall in love. And then it's like, and I'll look at pictures, I'll look at situations, I'll say, man, that's going to be a lot of suffering. Boy, I see a lot of problems there, you know. And I, for one, when I see these things, when it's real obvious to me, as I've gotten older, I'll just say, well, I'd be stupid to go there. I'm not saying other people are stupid. I'm just explaining me and why I keep neurotically talking about these things, because there is such an overwhelming, strong message given by all societies in the world to be, don't stand out. Do these things are normal. This is what you're supposed to do. And the other underlying message is that if you're not doing them, something's either wrong with you, you're not normal, or you're marginalized. That's been my whole life because that's how I feel. I look around and people are doing things. I don't feel that. I don't want to do that. You know, and people are doing it, and it's like, so that's why you hear me constantly going over this, because I know I'm okay. I know I'm a decent man. I know I'm perfectly fine the way I am, and I feel like it should be. Convention and conventional wisdom needs to be questioned more. We follow like lemmings way too much. I look around me, and now this is going to really probably piss somebody off, but I'm going to share it. I'll be out in public, and I'm going to the store or doing things, and I'm seeing all these people with brand new babies. And I understand that part, you know, the pure, simple human thing about wanting to have children and love them. But then I can't help but go to the larger picture, the overview, and coming from the traditional thinking that we have, which is we want our children to have a better life. People, I'm telling you right now, you better know that your children are not going to have a better life. Leastways, not the next few generations. If there's a better life coming, it's going to be like 100 years or so down the road. We're not even We're just barely getting started tearing this shit up. We're not even in the rebuild mode. That's just my opinion. That's what I see. I say it very strongly. And that's what's going on. I'm not saying don't have false hope, but look it in the eye and see what's going on. So these are just things, you know. It made me think of something, and I forgot it again. But before I go, I did stop by a couple of record stores on my lunch break today, and I bought something. Bought something new or full priced. Haven't in a few weeks. I bought the new Deerhoof single, and this is a collaboration and a split. It's Deerhoof with Jeff Tweedy on one side from Wilco, and the B-side is The Raccoonists, which is Jeff Tweedy of Wilco and his brothers. This is on polyvinyl. It's limited edition to 2,000 copies on pink vinyl. Nice. I'll put it on now. I respect Wilco, but I'm not much of a fan. I do have one of their records. I don't know which one it is. I'll have to look. Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. Yeah, I actually listened to that and got it. Yeah, that's a real work of art. It is. It is. Okay, can I play this on the right speed? There we go. So I bought the single, and there was nothing that really struck me that I really wanted, except this is something that I've been wanting, and I've been not wanting to pay full price. And I said, okay, I wanted them to have to pay full price, so I got it. The Radio Department. Who knows this band? Somebody does. I put it in the Blake sleeve already, and so I'm just going to leave it in. I love these sleeves, Blake. Man, these are tight. I think these guys are Swedish. Pop. Indie pop. Excellent! Especially the song Heaven's on Fire. You can download that song for free, actually, I think, at polyvinyl.com. Or maybe it's at the band's Reverb Nation, but you can get that song in here, right? It's a great pop song. I could hear it in heavy rotation on a radio station. A good station. This is the idea. This is my idea of pop that I would love to see infiltrate the airwaves of America. Pop that has identity. Pop that has... It's... Okay, I'm going to go for some more. People gave me some comments where they were, you know... I know that I'm very strong in my opinion, and it's bound to rankle, but I'm not going to stop. And I did say that I think that modern country music is vile shit. Let me just go ahead and level the playing field. I think the great majority of music that you hear on the radio, the music you hear on the radio in America is vile shit. When I hear it, I don't hear music, I hear product. And the reason why I'm so pissed about this is because it's all on purpose. People, don't you know that as a society, we could be much more intelligent. We could be working on a much higher level, but because as a group of people, we decided that our bottom line was to make profit, everything else becomes second nature. Things having quality, things having long-lasting relevance, things being of an artistic nature, those things became second place because the bottom line became, how can I sell this? I want to make some money. And when I hear shit like, and I'm not saying these people aren't good, and I'll use the first one for example, Beyonce. Man, that girl can sing. But listen to that material. Some of those songs are good, but the general presentation of it is so slick, polished, and perfect for the market. I hate it! I don't even care if it's good. I don't want to hear it. The first thing I hear is, they got their market, there's their market. I can't even hear her. I'd love to hear Beyonce forget about making money and just sing a song. I'd like to hear her put away her histrionics and just sing the damn song, because I know you can. Along those lines, I heard Lady Gaga's duet with Tony Bennett. That bitch can sing! And I don't mean that negatively. I'm saying it slang streetwise. Respect. Lady Gaga can actually sing. Listen to her duet with Tony Bennett. The Lady is a Tramp. She is right there with him. Baby Love can sing. So that's another example of, boy, wouldn't it be cool to hear Lady Gaga actually do some decent material. Like that one song, Lady is a Tramp. I was like, wow, okay. The same with hip-hop. Most hip-hop, I can't bear it. These, you know, they open... I'm going to go ahead and call some people out. Rick Ross is a good example. He's very popular. Man, I wouldn't have that big... You know what I'm going to say, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean it from one brother to another. I wouldn't have his big black ass in my house acting and talking like that. I don't dig that shit. And I think that it has had a direct effect on the general malaise of the world, why we're all so stupid, why everything is falling apart. Because we've been so focused on being entertained and having sex. Man, we're hung up on sex. That we have lost the plot and everything is a lie. We get on the TV and the radio and we make these reports about we've made this progress and these people are doing this and that's happening, and it's all a goddamn lie because everything's in the fucking shitter. And so I see music and popular culture as a direct reflection of that. And the great majority of popular culture I disapprove of. We can do so much better. So that's what that's about. I ain't hardly showed any records. I've just been blah, blah, blah. But I'm glad that that you are interested in what I have to say. And I'm going for it. While I got breath in me, I'm going to be disseminating my ideas and trying to fight against what I see as the general malaise of ignorance, slough, slacker thinking, and just general bullshit. Just so much bullshit. I could turn the radio on right now to a commercial station, and it's going to turn my stomach. I know it is, you know. One last thing. If it was really about the music, we would have never heard about Justin Bieber. I'm going to go even further, and I'm going to piss some of you people off, but I'm telling you, I know it's the truth. If it wasn't for sex appeal, Nirvana wouldn't even be remembered. They weren't that good. There are a lot of bands that can rock as hard as them. But everybody wanted to fuck Kurt. If I'm lying, I'm dying, and I ain't lying. I'm telling the goddamn truth. And as an artist, it frustrates me. I'll tell one story, okay? Brandon wanted to hear some dirt. I'll tell one. My first band was Restricted. I joined that band when I was either 17 or 18. I didn't even own a bass. The kids from the Air Force brats that turned me on to Genesis and a bunch of krautrock, Paul Reese, had a bass. Didn't know what to do with it. He was a year younger than me. He was like 15 or 16. Had a bass. Didn't know what to do with it. He would just strap it on. Oh, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I actually knew how to play the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? And one thing led to another, and I ended up borrowing his bass. And the next thing you know, I'm in a band. Okay? Called Restricted. I'm 17 or 18, and this is my first band with, he's still my friend, Alan Hicks. He's up in Minneapolis. Oldest friend I got since kindergarten. At some point in our early development, we were approached by a management team who were going to help us get on the circuit. They really thought we had talent. 3 of the 4 of us were kids. Only one of us was an adult. So we had to have, if I remember this well, and the part I remember very well, but I'm pretty sure that Alan's parents had to be present when we were about to sign. But check this out. So we decided to do a management deal with these guys, and the parents were there. I remember this, yeah. They were there for the meeting and the talk, and everything was fine, and so then they left us to our devices once we decided to agree. We decided on terms, and we agreed to sign. So anyway, these managers, and there are a couple old, really kind of hick-looking, older Midwestern white guys with partially bald hair, red leisure suits with white socks, polyester, you know what I'm saying? Really looking suspect, but we're kids. I'm saying this all in retrospect because at the time I was just excited that they were interested in us. Check this out. As the one adult is signing the contract and we're lining up to sign behind him, one of those fuckers just blurts out he couldn't wait. So whose dick do we get to suck first? That was my reaction. I said, I don't know what I said, but I didn't sign. I didn't sign no fucking contract. Shortly after that, I was out of that band. They went on. That's one story. That's my first story. Okay? Whose dick do we get to suck first? And we were kids. I was maybe 18. I was probably 17. Al, I know, was 16. Whose dick do we get to suck first? Motherfuckers. All right.